Immersed Robot.
Hello everyone, welcome to Immersed Robot. So Elite Dangerous Odyssey Update 10 has just dropped, so I thought I'd just check back in with it and see how the performance is now. I don't expect there to be too much of a change, to be honest. I know that they have listed some optimizations and things like that in the release notes, but I think it seems to be like small optimizations. But it's been a while since I've checked back in, so I just thought I'd go and have a quick look. Now I'm running, as usual, as with all my previous performance tests on Elite, I'm running SteamVR Super Sampling at 150%. And then if we go into the graphics options, you can see that I've got VR Medium quality preset. So as with all my other previous performance tests, if you need to go back and compare how it is, then that's how you can do it. So I'm running at 90 Hz in the Valve Index, as you can see from the FPS VR overlay at the bottom of the screen. And on this menu system, we can maintain that pretty solid. So I'm going to focus on one thing actually in this video, because that's the main thing that doesn't perform well and really highlights some of the performance issues with Odyssey. That is one of the training missions, and that's the on foot surface operation, which is not something that I use a lot, but it's just a good baseline to test performance. Even in VR, it's a good baseline because it does highlight where the issues are really, and just the sporadic nature of performance, how it's just so inconsistent at times. I'm recording this on my Valve Index. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I've got a 3D printer running next to me, so there might be a little bit of background noise, but hopefully it's okay. I'll try to remove it when I'm editing the video anyway. But let's get into it and just see how this performs. Okay, so here we are once again with that flat window in front of me as I play in VR. You can already see that the CPU frame timings are really quite sporadic again, same as usual. It might be slightly better on the GPU side actually, but let's get into the main area and we'll see how we get on. I think, to be honest, they don't seem to really be mentioning any significant performance improvements at this point now. It's more just small optimizations in each update, so that's the reason why I didn't really do anything with update 9, because there didn't seem to be a lot of point. If they're not specifically mentioning it in the release notes of each update, then it looks like the optimizations are just the small things that they mention. And this stuttering here, it's the same old story. It's got to be said that this, I didn't really expect there to be anything significant, but at the same time, I think we've just got to resign ourselves to the fact that this is just what we're going to be getting. This is how the game runs and how it will probably continue to run with small improvements here and there. But this is not great, to be honest. Now, of course, you can comment and say that I'm using 150% SteamVR Super Sampling. But at the same time, I just play Horizon with that, and I always have, and got really good performance. And I know this is different now, and I know it's not going to be the same as Horizon, but there's sort of a minimum bar of clarity and sharpness that I really need in Elite Dangerous in VR, and that 150% really represents that. So that's why I'm using that. If I dropped it down, we could probably get a slightly better frame rate, but I think you'll see as we go around here, you see we've got 90 frames per second here. It's not really about overall frame rate, it's the sporadic nature of the frame rate. It's how inconsistent it is. You go around different areas, 90, I was almost at solid 90 frames per second there, and then as we go around, you'll notice there'll be areas where it just drops right down, and usually it's where you're facing most of the buildings and things like that. That's where it will drop down. So I tell you what, actually this does seem slightly better. I'd need to go back and just actually compare it, and I'll probably put some side by side if I can find some footage of update 8, which was the last one I tested. I'll try to put some side by side here, but if not, if I can't do that, then I just wanted to make this quick video really just to see if there's any major improvements. And this, I remember this being the area once again where it drops down. So as you look out over all these buildings, you get this sharp spikes on the CPU frame times. Although, yeah, it's still very sporadic even now. I will say perhaps there is a slight improvement. And then you look out over this planetary surface and you get solid 90 FPS again. So this is just the inconsistencies that we're getting at the moment. Probably will continue to do. I'm not going to sort of focus on major performance tests in Elite Dangerous Odyssey anymore, just for this reason. The improvements that we seem to be getting are just so small and sporadic that there doesn't seem to be a lot of point in me making full side-by-side comparisons. But perhaps one day when they say they have made a major performance improvement, which I won't hold my breath for, then I'll probably return to it. But I'll keep checking back in with Elite. It's still, it's still one of my favourite games. I still play it quite happily. I just don't play any of the on-foot sections or too many areas where it seems to be too demanding on performance. Space seems, for the most part, space and planetary surfaces are okay, but it's just not the same as it was with Horizons, and it's never going to be, so we should probably get used to that, really. But that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll continue playing Elite Dangerous, and in fact I'll probably be posting some more Elite Dangerous videos, or just some general footage of Elite Dangerous that I'll be playing over the next few weeks while I talk about all things VR related. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Please consider picking up my science fiction virtual reality focused novel, The Memory Engine, a light-hearted tongue-in-cheek adventure through the metaverse, available on Amazon Kindle, paperback and as an Audible audiobook. Links in the description to this video.